Sports Scene, Hampton Roads' premier interview show with Greg Bicaveras, each Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11.
And you look at that, 4-4 at home, which is just average, 4-3-1 on the road. I mean, you're not going to win any games like that. They were not the same team after they beat the Packers, yet the Packers were a totally different team.
Interact with Sports Scene on Twitter @GregBic and listen weekly as Greg interviews distinguished guests with excellent commentary and insight. Sports Scene, Saturdays at 10 a.m. on the Lighthouse 100.1 FM.
Mark your calendar for May 31st to June 3rd as Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church in Newport News presents the Newport News Greek Festival. Enjoy authentic Greek food, desserts, beverages, music, dancing, arts and crafts, and much more. This is the signature cultural and food event on the peninsula. Located at 60 Traverse Road off exit 258B on Route 17 in Newport News. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org.
Opa!
From Chesapeake, Virginia, the Lighthouse 100.1 presents Sports Scene. Sports Scene features local, regional, and nationally acclaimed guests and excellent interviews. Follow Sports Scene on Twitter @GregBic. Now here is Greg Bicaveras.
Sports Scene, midweek online and Saturday on the radio from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on 100.1 FM, The Lighthouse, 1010 a.m., tunein.com. Type in WPMH, Greg Bicaveras along with Joe Daniel. Sports Scene is an interview show, and also watch sports highlights on nnpstv.com. Tell your friends about gjbtv.com and click the YouTube link on the homepage for archived audio and video. Twitter @GregBic, that's GREGBIC, and you can see the rest of my Twitter handles on gjbtv.com in the contact section. Thank you, military, for what you do. Guest lineup presented by Me Casita with 2 locations in Virginia Beach. Phone line presented by Newport News Greek Festival. Show presented by HRSMHOF.com with the ceremony this Saturday. NBA playoffs are heating up. Major League Baseball, Tides, summer, of course, always a lot of fun in Hampton Roads. Great interviews, business segments, highlights, commentary, what teased me off. Thank you for making the habit to listen to Sports Scene weekly, and we love our regulars and newcomers and tourists. Stay tuned.
In the beginning, the world was empty. Darkness was everywhere. But God had a plan. And so begins the first of 90 favorite children's stories in the Beginner's Bible by Zonderkids, bringing the stories and characters of the Bible to life with vibrant 3-dimensional art. It's in the Shop with Praise bookstore right now. So come on in and pick up your copy for just $5 or call us at 488-1010. That's Shop with Praise at 488-1010.
Hi, I'm Dick Olenich, owner of TheHappyPrinters.com. You know, I can barely draw a straight line with a ruler. I'm just not that creative when it comes to designing stuff. You know, a graphic designer can take forever and cost you an arm and a leg. Not anymore. At TheHappyPrinters.com, we now have free design templates. And they're simple to use. Just click and add what you want. You want a logo? Just click and add. Custom pictures, custom text. Just click and add. It's simple. Oh, did I mention it's free? So it's free and simple. Hey, it's Frimple. Wow, I guess I am creative. And you can be creative too, with over 21,000 design templates to choose from at TheHappyPrinters.com. Design your next marketing piece and save time and money. And remember, it's free and simple. TheHappyPrinters.com.
Sports and Imports, located at 1322 Transylvania Avenue in Chesapeake. Sports and Imports specializes in all European models without the European price. ASE certified and Bosch certified. Don't waste time and money guessing what the problem is. Sports and Imports can pinpoint the problem and fix it the first time. Make an appointment today. Financing is available. Visit sportsandimports.net or call 545-9394. Catch up on archived editions of Sports Scene by going to gjbtv.com and clicking the YouTube image on the homepage. Now back to Sports Scene with Greg Bicaveras.
And welcome back to Sports Scene on 100.1 FM, The Lighthouse, 1010 AM. TuneIn.com, type in WPMH in the search bar to listen anywhere in the country or the world. This segment is brought to you by Sakura Japanese Restaurant. Go by and see Jasmine and the wonderful staff right there at 1437 Sam's Drive in Chesapeake. Give them a call at 410-4577. Great place for lunch, dinner, and all the holidays, including Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Let's welcome a regular. We've had him on Sports Scene several times on several stations, as well as Sports Highlights. He's the Vice President of Golf and Sports at beautiful Kings Mill in Williamsburg. Wayne Noe, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, Greg. How are you?
Very good. Always a pleasure to talk to you this time of the year, and a lot is going on with the title sponsor, a good date, and, of course, some new stuff with the Golf Channel. I know it's an exciting time of the year in Williamsburg.
It really is, and we couldn't be more excited about this year's event. With a new sponsorship with Geico, our ticket sales are well ahead of any pace we've had in several years. Our local sponsors have really stepped up this year, so we're very excited about the event this year.
I think people look forward to it, Wayne, because it's once a year. We live in a very busy world. You've got kids, you got family members, everybody is on the computer, the internet, booking travel plans, vacations. But when you have something once a year, it makes it a good opportunity to plan it, but you have to have a good staff behind it as well.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Kings Mill with the history of hosting professional golf here. We've got a lot of long-term staff members who've been through this before, and there's not a big education process with them. They just go about their job, and they do a great job in getting ready for the event. And all our new staff members just really feel that energy and get excited. And it is an exciting time, not only for the community of having this event, but for all the staff members at Kings Mill. It's so exciting because, as you said, it's a one-time-a-year event, and you kind of plan it all year, but then it happens in that 1 week, and it is a very exciting time for all the people here that are involved.
And that's a great point. As I was talking to Matthew a few weeks ago on the radio about this as well, this showcases the entire Kings Mill community, the Kings Mill Resort as well, not just the golf course, the restaurants, everything.
It really does. I mean, the people that are the ticket holders, spectators that come, they get to see the property. A lot of the people that come may have never been here before. Obviously, for the TV audience, we're able to showcase the property, and I think one of the things too, and I think one of the reasons that the community as a whole gets behind this is that it really is 8 hours of advertising, not only for Kings Mill but for Williamsburg. They always the broadcast always makes sure to include James City County and the different things that it has to offer. It includes Colonial Williamsburg and all the things that it has to offer, Busch Gardens and Water Country. So it really does showcase our resort, but it also showcases the community.
Absolutely. Talking to Wayne Noe, Vice President of Golf and Sports at Kings Mill. Really, there's something for everyone, like you said, in the resort area in Williamsburg. It's a good time of the year. It's a good time to go out walking. But let's talk about the river course. What type of shape is it in right now?
Well, it's in it. I know I tell you this every year, but it is in really good shape this year. We had the LPGA agronomist here a couple weeks ago, and he's the same one that has done the pre-tournament inspection now for several years. And he stated to us that he felt like we were well ahead of where we've been since he's been doing it. I will have to say that the rough is very healthy this year. With we've made a kind of a conscious effort. We've got the U.S. Open being played 2 weeks after us this year, so we're trying to give them some conditions that would be similar to what they would face there. So I think you're going to find that the greens are going to be really fast this year, and that the rough's going to be very healthy.
And the girls are, of course, used to playing all types of conditions. Talking to Wayne Noe. This is Sports Scene at Greg Bick on Twitter. I go back on this tournament since I was a kid when Orion Burkhart was running it. So, like I was telling Matthew and you as well over the years, is that the media also, we feel like it's part of our event. Really, the entire community, the media, it's all inclusive, Wayne. Really, it's hands-on. Everybody takes ownership of this in Hampton Roads.
They do, and I tell you, the media has been. I've been here 17 years now, and I was here for 2 men's events prior to switching to the LPGA. And the media has always been so supportive of us, Greg. You've been a great supporter over the years, and provided us access to your listeners, and to give us an opportunity to talk about what we feel like is a great event and the reasons to come out. But you're right. Even the Richmond media gets involved, but you from Williamsburg down to Virginia Beach, they could not be more supportive, whether it's through television, radio, or print. And I think that goes a long way in attracting attention and getting people involved, whether it be a business that gets involved as a sponsor or just a fan coming up to enjoy the day.
And you mentioned television earlier, and over the years during the men's tournament, they've seen it on NBC and ESPN, the women as well, of course, on the Golf Channel. And the Golf Channel, I guess, like you and I have talked about, it's a consistent home to find men's and women's golf 24/7. Not to mention this year it's a little bit different because they're showing it a little bit earlier in the morning, the first few rounds.
Yeah, the first 2 days we're on from 10:30 to 12:30, which is a little early, but they really want to show it live, and that was where it fit into the schedule. But on the weekend, we're actually on from 5 to 7, so we feel really good about that. That's a great time. As you know, most PGA Tour events are over at 6, so we're hoping that people are, if they're watching the PGA Tour, they're flipping over to watch the end of our event, and hopefully see a great finish. And maybe someone like Lexi setting the scoring record again like she did last year.
Wayne, we're well into 2018, already looking forward to 2019, but let's get through this event first. But I got to give you a lot of credit because you kind of evolved from the men's tournament with Johnny Bender. You saw some times where there was no women's golf tournament for a couple years, no signature sponsor, and you didn't know the future. Of course, the state of golf, even people playing, they don't play as much as they used to because of the demands on their time. That's really a testament to the volunteers, to the staff, to Kingsmill, and to your ownership group for sustaining and bringing this back, because really that doesn't always happen when you are idle for a few years to come back even.
That's true, and I've been very fortunate to have been here as long as I have, and I've been through all 4 owners of Kingsmill. And the one good thing, or one of the good things, there's many, but one of the good things about our new ownership group is they're very golf focused. That's their background. That's what they own, and they see and understand the importance of golf to this resort. Because as you and I've talked over the years, Kingsmill really was built on the back of golf, going back to the PGA Tour and Curtis Strange and those type things. But the support they're giving us to take this on, and again without a title sponsor, it speaks highly of them. And then obviously I'd be remiss if I didn't follow up with what you said regarding our volunteers. We have over 1,200 volunteers again this year who are jumping in, serving on a multitude of committees, and without those volunteers, we could not make this happen. So just to think that 1,200 people want to be involved, you think about those numbers, that's pretty impressive that people take the time out of their busy schedules and come out and spend a week with us at Kingsmill to put on a great show.
It really is a beautiful resort. Talking to Wayne Noe, Greg Pickaveris, glad you're with us on Sports Scene every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 online during the week as well. And when you talk about golf, let's talk about golf in general as far as the novice person playing. Is it healthy? Is it picking up? You've seen the highs and lows the last several years. What is the state of golf in general, Wayne?
Well, I'm a little bit more encouraged than maybe I was some of the years we've spoken. We're seeing a little bit of upswing, particularly here at Kings Mill in golf. We're seeing people that are figuring out how to find time to do something they enjoy. We're seeing a lot of people who don't have the 5 or 6 hours on Saturday, but may come out a couple nights a week and practice and maybe go out for 9 holes. We're starting to see a few more kids getting involved in golf. As we've talked about before, people are so time deprived right now. With their lives, that golf is time consuming activity. But I think people now are starting to figure out how to enjoy golf in shorter time frames and in a time frame that fits into their schedule. So we're actually seeing an uptick, and at the resort, we're starting to see more people coming back to play golf. Whether they're on a golf package or maybe here for a conference or something. So we're actually saw a little increase last year, and more so this year. So we're pretty excited. It's slow growth. It's been stagnant for so long. But we're excited to see a little growth in the game.
We're going to take a short break, come back with Wayne Noe, Vice President of Golf and Sports at Kings Mill, One Sports Scene after this.
There's no doubt about it. There's no better feeling than being able to make someone's dream come true. Project 143 gives orphans the opportunity to leave their orphanage and visit an American host family. That could be your family. Each child's story and picture and more about hosting over Christmas or for a few weeks during the summer is available online at p143.org. There are 143 million orphans worldwide who need you. Consider hosting an orphan for a few weeks this year with Project 143. Find out more at p143.org.
Mark your calendar for May 31st to June 3rd as Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church in Newport News presents the Newport News Greek Festival. Enjoy authentic Greek food, desserts, beverages, music, dancing, arts and crafts, and much more. This is the signature cultural and food event on the peninsula. Located at 60 Traverse Road off exit 258B on Route 17 in Newport News. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org.
If you enjoy reading novels, you'll want to hear this. Our Shop with Praise bookstore shelves are full of titles from authors such as Karen Kingsbury, Beverly Lewis, Len Austin, Angela Hunt, Frank Peretti, and even James Dobson. You'll want to check out the selection of fiction available in the Shop with Praise bookstore. Hardcovers are just $5, softcovers are $3, and every dollar helps support the radio station. Give us a call at 488-1010 for directions to the store or how to make a purchase online. So come on in and shop with Praise.
Interact with Sports Scene on Twitter at Greg Bick. Email bicogb@hotmail.com. Now back to Greg Bickaveris in the Hampton Roads OnlineMall.com studios.
All right, welcome back to Sports Scene. Also want to thank our good friends at CP Shuckers, Locals Tradition on Shore Drive and Pacific Avenue in Virginia Beach. Delicious food, great appetizers like steak bites, sandwiches, burgers, all the great specials. All the games on TV like golf and tennis, baseball, NBA, and NHL. Go by and see Matt, Mark, and the great crew at CP Shuckers in Virginia Beach. Lexi Thompson won this beautiful golf event last year in Kings Mill, Wayne. Of course, you've had Christy Curry, who's won it 3 times. Always a great field.
We do have a great field again this year, and as you know, we do not have one of the higher purses on tour anymore, and I think it's a testament to the golf course, to our resort, to our fans and our volunteers that we still get the top players coming here to play and and to have a strong field year after year. So, the players love the golf course. They love to come here because it's easy and convenient, because our volunteers are so knowledgeable. We have a lot of golf fans. The community comes out and supports it, and the players always talk about how large the crowds are. So, those things have stayed with us, even though our purse may not be as high as it used to be. It's still a good attraction to the LPGA player.
Of course, the Golf Channel does golf every week, every day. Do you get with the crew, the production crew at all, and give them any elements or nuggets to show of Kingsmill?
Yeah, we will. We normally have a pre-production meeting with them. We talk about anything new that's going on at the resort. We talk about the golf course and some, and any changes that have happened. We talk about the local community and whether the importance of tourism in this area and all the attractions that are here. Try to get them out into the community. They typically go out and shoot some B-roll so that during the broadcast they could show Fife and Drum, or go over to Jamestown Island and show some of the historical aspects, roller coasters and those type of things. So they want to they want to show what this community has to offer. They want to show what Kingsmill has to offer as part of the golf broadcast, because people always have an interest of where you are and what's there. So they try to work that into the broadcast, and I think they do a really good job with that.
Yep, absolutely. Talking to Wayne Noe from Kingsmill. Wayne, when you talk about the river course, for somebody not watching it for the first time, the men, of course, used to play there too. What's the challenging holes? You mentioned the greens will be faster.
Yeah, so as you said, the men played here for many years, but for the ladies, there's a couple of different stretches of holes that always seem to present the ladies with some issues. On the front nine, the fourth hole is always a difficult hole for them. It's one of the tougher holes on the golf course. But one of the biggest stretches is holes 8, 9, and 10. 3 back-to-back par fours that are long. 8 and 9 in particular tend to play into the wind because they're aimed towards the river. And then 10 is just a long par four for them. So that 3-hole stretch always is a difficult run, and anyone that comes through those 3 holes, even par, is probably picked up at least a half a shot on the field. And then the 16th hole, which is obviously one of the signature holes coming into the river with 16, 17, 18. And then 18, it surprisingly enough, over the years has been a very difficult hole because it's a difficult driving hole, where you're hitting over water off the tee, and you're trying to determine how much of that dog leg you want to try to cut off and maybe cut the corner a little bit. So for the spectator, 4, 8, 9, 10, 16 and 18 are the holes year in and year out that seem to create the most difficulty for the ladies.
Right. We encourage all the fans to go. There's nothing like watching it on TV or in person. High def is great, but folks, if you have a chance to go out there, it's really a lot of fun for the entire family, and that's the whole thing. I was going to lead up to my next question. It's really not just about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's really the entire week, Monday through Sunday. Of course, people can go out there when they have time, but really with the Pro-Am and other events, there's really something for everyone. There
is. Monday and Tuesday, we're open to the public. There's no charge to be here on those days. Wednesday is our Pro-Am, and that really is a good day to actually come out and watch, because you can see the players you want to see. There's not as many people here or as many spectators here. It's in the Pro-Am. It's a little more casual and relaxed, and you've got an opportunity maybe to talk to and meet the players. And then as the tournament gets started on Thursday, it gets a little more serious. They're at work at that point, and over the weekend we still have the family fun zone, so it's a great time to bring the kids out. If they get a little restless from golf, they can go over to the family fun zone and have some inflatables, and we have games and face painting, and Busch Gardens is a sponsor of that, and it's been a big hit over the years. And then this year with Geico's involvement and Dove, we've got a very strong military presence, as we always have. So there's a little bit of something for everyone, and then obviously come out on Sunday for the final round as we crown a new champion. And as I always like to tell people, any opportunity you have to see the best at anything in the world, you ought to take that opportunity. And we've got 144 of the best women golfers in the world coming to Williamsburg.
Right.
So it's a great time.
Wayne, also talk about, of course, the roads getting to Kings Mill. Of course, 64 allow time for traffic, correct?
Yeah, particularly coming from east of Williamsburg, you might want to allow a little more time. If you're coming from west of Williamsburg, maybe not quite as much. You can get on 199, obviously west of Williamsburg, and miss most of that. But I would allow for a little more time. Obviously, you've got 60 and 143 that would bring you into Williamsburg. But we, as usual, are doing our public parking at Busch Gardens. They're kind enough to allow us to use their parking, and so it's pretty convenient to get here, other than maybe a little bit of the construction on 64, but I would allow for a little more time. And the good thing is on Saturday and Sunday with play not finishing until 7, it'll be a little later start, so it would allow people a little more time to get here.
Yep, casual attire as well. Bring sunscreen, bring hats too, folks. But Wayne, for the listeners out there that like other sports besides golf, you also have great tennis. I remember for a long time, Brent Hughes used to run your tennis out there. Talk about some of the other sports, the pool, and some of the restaurants too.
Sure. We do have a great tennis facility. We have 15 courts, 13 clay and 2 hard. We have a new director of tennis, Tomas Gonzalez, who is a very good player from Chile, was a collegiate player at Southern Illinois, has been with us since last September, has really put a spark in our program, and our junior tennis particularly has just grown like crazy since he's gotten here. We do have several restaurants on property. We've got Eagles, which is at the Golf Clubhouse, Elements, which is in our resort center, but probably our most popular restaurant is the James Landing Grill, which is a restaurant right on the James River, that anyone coming to the tournament would have access to any of those restaurants while they're here. We've got a spa, and as you know, a few years ago we added a pool complex that has a zero-entry pool, water slide, lazy river, and that has been such a big hit with our members as well as our resort guests. So we have jet skis, pontoon boat, paddle boards, kayaks, fishing. So there's a little bit of something here for everyone. Obviously, 3 golf courses for people to enjoy. So, no matter what your interest, we probably have something here you'd be interested in doing.
The pool season is open after Memorial Day. Is that correct?
That is correct. We do have a couple pools at our fitness center that are already open, but the River Pool Complex will open Memorial Day weekend.
All right, Wayne, leave us the final word coming up next week.
Well, we'd love to have everyone come out. It's a great family activity. If you want to maybe introduce your kids to the game of golf, you'll see a lot of parents with their children out at the tournament. The players are very approachable, and they really do love the kids. If you have interest, we'd just ask you to go to the Kings Mill Championship.com to get information, directions, parking, and to order tickets online. So we'd love to have you come out and take advantage of being outdoors and, as I said before, seeing the best women golfers in the world.
Wayne, thanks for your time, your talent, and treasure. Always a pleasure chatting with you and the great people at Kings Mill. We look forward to a successful event next week.
Thank you, Greg. We look forward to seeing you at the tournament.
My pleasure. Thank you, Wayne. Have a great rest of the week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, Craft 17 right there in Virginia Beach at 1706 Mediterranean Avenue. Go by and see Jamie and the wonderful staff. Get some great appetizers like fried house pickles, the Wagyu burgers, the Greek, the pepper, the shroom, among many more. Build your own burger. Excellent toppings, Carolina snap dogs, chicken sandwiches, salads, vegan burgers, house-cut fries, beer-battered onion rings, all the great food at Craft 17 in Virginia Beach. Like them on Facebook.
Mark your calendar for May 31st to June 3rd as Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church in Newport News presents the Newport News Greek Festival. Enjoy authentic Greek food, desserts, beverages, music, dancing, arts and crafts, and much more. This is the signature cultural and food event on the peninsula. Located at 60 Traverse Road off exit 258B on Route 17 in Newport News. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org.
Jim Daly, president and CEO of Focus on the Family, knows firsthand some of the worst that the world has to offer. Yet somehow he managed to find grace from the God he came to believe truly did exist. His book, Finding Home, offers a roadmap to this grace and the God who made his home among men so long ago. Call us here at the radio station, 488-1010, for more information on how to get your copy of Finding Home from the Shop with Praise bookstore. That's 488-1010 and Shop with Praise.
Are you waking up with a damp, moldy, or mildew smell? Are you coughing all the time and blaming allergies? Over 30% of your household air comes from your crawl space. Schedule a free crawl space inspection and close your crawl space to prevent those microscopic allergens and spores in your household air. Install the Easy Breathe ventilation system talked about on the Gary Sullivan Show. Replacing that damp air with fresh, healthy air reduces allergens and other indoor toxins. To schedule your free inspection from the Crawl Space Company, call 757-394-3494.
Hi, I'm Brad Keselowski, driver of the number 22 Discount Tire Ford Mustang. When I'm racing, my crew chief sets my tire air pressure. If it's not just right, I can lose speed and grip. When it comes to your tires, you need to be the crew chief. Check your air pressure once a month and before road trips. Properly inflated tires help optimize safety, handling, and fuel economy.
A message from the U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association.
You are listening to Sports Scene with Greg Bicoveris. Now, back to Greg. It's now time for Greg's Highlights, presented by HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com.
And before we get to highlights, thank our good friends at Charcoal Chicken Pollo a la Brasa. Go by and see James and the wonderful staff, open Tuesday through Sunday at the Lomans Plaza in Virginia Beach, 4000 Virginia Beach Boulevard. The only one of its kind, Charcoal Chicken Pollo a la Brasa. Great chicken, great sides, veggie medley, salad, black beans, rice. The best chicken in Hampton Roads, dessert as well. Beverages, a kids menu, no antibiotics, no added hormones, no preservatives ever. The best chicken is Charcoal Chicken Pollo a la Brasa, one of a kind in Hampton Roads. Charcoal chicken at its best. Now back to highlights, of course. Great place to fish this summer is Ocean View. Don't forget the Little Fisherman Summer Camp for kids going on July 9th through the 13th and July 23rd to the 27th. Cost is $225 per fisherman camper. Ages 6 to 13 daily from 8:30 to 3. Call Gene Parker at 408-1356. And, of course, go by Ocean View to fish 7 days a week as well. Sports Scene is on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube during the week, and 24/7 online. Radio Saturday morning from 10 to 11 on the Lighthouse, 100.1 FM, 1010 AM, as well as tunein.com, typing WPMH in the search bar to listen live on Saturday mornings. HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com, browse, shop, visit, bookmark it. GJBTV.com, as well as our good friends at HRSMHOF.com. Question presented by Buffalo Wild Wings and Newport News to our producer, Joe Daniel. Joe Daniel, do you try to pay your bills right away, or do you wait to the last minute in general?
Actually, we have it set up to where, my wife and I have it set up to where it's automatically withdrawn from our account. So pretty much, I think all of our bills,
maybe a few miscellaneous ones. We actually send a check or we have to pay online through their website. But for the most part, I mean, as soon as it's posted, it's withdrawn from our account. So we pay everything without having to really think about it too much or having to write checks out and sending it either late or early. It's pretty much just withdrawn from our account. And it seems to be working out really, really well.
Now, what if you're tight money?
We just need a budget better, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And want to thank our good friends at Buffalo Wild Wings and Newport News. Great lunch and dinner, great traditional and boneless wings and burgers, wraps and sandwiches, something for everyone. Great kids menu, games on TV, wings, beer, sports at 12150 Jefferson Avenue, Newport News. Go by and see Paul and his wonderful staff 7 days a week for lunch, dinner, late night. Watch all the Major League Baseball, NBA postseason, NHL postseason, all the golf as well on Buffalo Wild Wings big screen TVs. It's a lot of fun for everyone at Buffalo Wild Wings.
It had become very apparent that some of the things I was involved with were taking over my life.
In today's world, men are barraged with inappropriate content and images all day, every day. Some say that certain behaviors are just no big deal. They're just part of being a guy. But it's simply not true. It's a battleground for every man, and the opportunities to fail are everywhere. The Every Man's Battle Workshop can help.
After 7 years, he came home and just one weekend, a completely changed man.
For 20 years, New Life Ministries has been helping men regain their integrity and purity through their one-of-a-kind Every Man's Battle Workshop.
He didn't want to go, and he came home and said, I think this is something that every man should go to. Married, dating, it was definitely life-changing.
Now the workshop is coming to Washington, D.C. June 1st through the 3rd. Don't wait for him to call. To find out more, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE or go to newlife.com. 1-800-NEWLIFE.
Mark your calendar for May 31st to June 3rd as Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church in Newport News presents the Newport News Greek Festival. Enjoy authentic Greek food, desserts, beverages, music, dancing, arts and crafts, and much more. This is the signature cultural and food event on the peninsula. Located at 60 Traverse Road off exit 258B on Route 17 in Newport News. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org.
Opa! Pastor Rick Warren, Christian author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, The Purpose-Driven Life, has a new storybook Bible out entitled God's Big Plans for Me. Within it, Pastor Warren takes a chronological approach to 40 biblical stories, introducing each with a theme relatable to readers young and old. It's in the Shop with Praise bookstore now. Call us at 488-1010. That's the Shop with Praise bookstore at 488-1010.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
You are listening to Sports Scene with Greg Bicoveris. Now, back to Greg.
And welcome back to Sports Scene. I want to thank our good friends at Panera. All items 100% clean. They deliver, of course, catering. Take advantage of all the great soups and sandwiches, salads, bagels, bread, smoothies, breakfast sandwiches. Go by and see Brian and the wonderful staff for some great dessert. Take Mom there for Mother's Day. For more, go to PaneraBread.com. Visit them at 6255 College Drive in Harborview in Suffolk. Phone number 483-3670. Food as it should be at Panera. A regular monthly feature is the Royal Chocolate. Here to tell us about it is Brenda Tusing, the owner. Brenda, how are you?
I'm great today, Greg. How are you?
Great. Last month we talked about Easter. This month, Mother's Day.
Well, Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. We have just beautiful gift baskets. We have some truffles, a lot of specialty items that we make here in the store. Of course, our gourmet apples are always a big hit. So we have everything you need for Mom, freshly dipped strawberries. We use Belgian chocolate, as you know, for everything that we make in the store. But, there are a lot of other celebrations this week. It's Teacher Appreciation Day today, and Teacher Week all week, and Nurses Week all week as well. So lots of people that really take care of you, teach you, comfort you, all of those things. They're all getting celebrated this week.
And not to mention graduations, too.
Graduations are coming up, absolutely. I guess some of them have started already. They go on at different times, and they go on for a little while, it seems. But, yeah, graduations. And, truthfully, not just because it's my store and I love it, we really do have something for everybody and just so many price points. You can say a really nice thank you to someone, for under $10.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, too, Brenda, not only do you have something for everyone, every month has got its own unique opportunity.
It does. There's always something happening, and even if sometimes just a personal, we carry the gift baskets for birthdays. We have house-shaped baskets. A lot of real estate agents and mortgage people like those as closing gifts. So there are a lot of corporate opportunities for what we do as well. We do chocolate fondue in the store. That's always a nice thing to, you can give that as a gift through a nice certificate that we have. We bring somebody in, especially this weekend. We'll do a lot of, people bringing their moms in for chocolate fondue. Because truthfully, I'm a mom. I know the one thing my kids always say, what do you want for Mother's Day? And I say, I really just want some time with you. So bring your mom in, spend some time, and have chocolate fondue.
And that's a
great idea.
It really is, because people can go there and sit down and relax for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful seating area, nice fireplace. It's just a great little spot. It really is. Very comfortable, very inviting. Yeah, lots of fun.
Brenda, when you talk about the weather in your store, isn't this been kind of a unique type of spring we've had?
That's a really kind word for it, Greg.
Yeah.
It has been a unique spring. I've called it other things, but we won't say those on the radio. But, yeah, it's been strange, up and down, gloomy sometimes, rainy. But, it's funny. Sometimes it'll be raining or nasty, and you'll think, wow, this will really hurt business today. But sometimes that's when people really love to come into the store. Just shop around and try some samples and sit down for a little while and, just kind of let the weather get over itself, I suppose.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you, too, is, a lot of times during business hours, all of us that work, of course, we're pressed for time, but we're looking for that comfort food. And you mentioned on a cold or rainy day, and, of course, we've had a pretty damp spring. I'll just leave it at that people around 3 o'clock, are they looking for that extra edge?
I know I am.
Yeah.
So, we have got a lot of, the hot chocolates, or sometimes the frozen hot chocolates, which is a little bit of a strange concept of frozen hot chocolate, but it's kind of a milkshake consistency that has a very wonderful, different flavor. So we get people from the offices coming down for just a little snack, get out of the office for a moment and come down and take something back with them. The walk will kill the calories, I think they figure. We do a lot of that in the afternoons. Hey, and I forgot to tell you, speaking of gifts and giving and things, we do deliver locally all year long.
That's great.
So Virginia Beach, Suffolk, Norfolk, all that sort of thing, yeah.
That's awesome. And of course, you're open 7 days a week and people can always get dessert after they eat dinner, I guess.
We do a lot of business in the evening. You're absolutely right. People come in. We have coffee, tea, that sort of thing, different beverages, and people come in and have dinner at one of the great restaurants here and then just walk down here and get a little something for dessert.
That's such a great point, too, talking to Brenda Tusing from the Royal Chocolate. We'll get all her information in just a moment, that no matter what generation, Brenda, people love their coffee.
Yep, I do. I coffee and chocolate and wine. I'll put that in there, too. That's me.
That's great. Talk about what they'll see when they walk into the store now.
If you walk in the store right now, actually, you would see our lovely Morgan. She is behind the counter making our freshly dipped apples. So she's got a big tray of apples. She's covering them first in caramel, and she's rolling them in all kind of different toppings, nuts and coconuts, some of them have, and One of them is cookies and cream, so it has Oreos and white chocolate. Then she'll finish them off with the Belgian chocolate and put more toppings on top.
Very nice,
That's what
very
she's
nice.
working on right now. The strawberries are in the case. They're freshly dipped. They're huge. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, your phone number is 557-6925, open 7 days a week. Give us your full
Virginia Beach Town Center.
Yeah, give us your full address and, of course, social media.
We are at 164 Central Park Avenue, 23462. And, again, we're in the Virginia Beach Town Center.
Very good. Brenda, happy Mother's Day. And, of course,
Thank you, Greg.
We'll be talking to you before Father's Day.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Brenda Tusing right there, folks, from the Royal Chocolate, right here on Sports Scene. I want to thank our good friends at Outback Steakhouse in Kempsville. Go by and see Mike and the staff. Great, spacious dining area. Excellent lunch, dinner daily. Excellent bar as well. Burgers, steak, soup, salads, prime rib, seafood, pasta, chicken, something for everyone. Great desserts. Take Mom to Mother's Day at the Outback Steakhouse in Kempsville at 1255 Fordham Drive. Give them a call at 523-4832. Great place for Mother's Day and all the holidays.
What tees you off? Presented by HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com.
All right, what teased me off? Don't forget at Greg Bick on Twitter, GJBTV.com. Hit the YouTube link. And, of course, GJBTV.com to follow my career. Thank you, folks, for being a part of Sports Scene each week. Tell your friends. What teased me off? Okay, folks, bumping your head.
It is the worst. It drives me insane whenever I hit my head on something. A spring pops in my brain, and I go insane whenever I smack my head. Like when you're in the pantry or there's a cupboard like above your head, and then you go and pop yourself up, and it just cracks that cupboard door. Drives me insane.
How about in your car? I mean, leaving something right there on your seat, going back in and hitting yourself on the ceiling.
Yeah, no, you're right. Right on the door frame. It's the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. How about this? I was at a car wash recently getting, my car vacuumed. And it came on, but it didn't work in the compressor to suck up all the dust and the debris. The woman came out of the store to pound the machine like Fonzie on the Happy Days, and then then it started working. It's amazing, these machines, they're not always accurate, and the problem is you don't always get your money back either.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have that little coin dispenser thing where you have to walk inside and say, hey, the machine ate my quarters or whatever it is. It's just a hassle. But that's so funny how even today, with modern technology, the best thing you can do is just give it a good smacking.
Right. And you're exactly right, too, because it's still your word against theirs. Prove it, kind of, because there's no camera out there.
Right, yeah.
And you lose $1.50.
Normally they're pretty good about it, because who's really going to be like, hey, I really just want $1.50 in quarters or anything.
Right.
People are pretty trustworthy.
It takes a lot of effort to vacuum your car, folks.
Oh, my gosh.
It really does.
I dislike it so much. You have to pre-clean and then you have to vacuum, and it's like a two-step process. And actually been doing it at home instead of doing the quarters in the machine. I've actually been using my own vacuum with the hose and the attachments and doing it that, and it seems to be working out. You just work in your garage and you can turn on the radio really loud and listen to it, and that's really been working for me.
Speaking of which, really, when you have a maid, you also have to pre-clean to put things away in your house so she doesn't see them, and then put them back exactly where they were. That's a pain.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta clean before it's actually cleaned. And we have somebody who comes to our house. She goes to the same church as we do, and but exactly that. He's like, hey, make sure that everything's picked up off the floor. Make sure that the counters and all the tables are all clean, so that way she doesn't have to mess with it. Which is obviously something you're supposed to do, but again, like if I'm cleaning, I may as well actually keep cleaning. It seems.
Right. How about this too, folks? We've talked about customer service all the time, talking on them saying, oh yeah, I've got a 2-year agreement now with my cable, television, and of course, phone and internet, and then call back a few days later, oh, you don't have a 2-year agreement. It's like, do they ever lock in what you say or flag your notes?
They should, absolutely. They should flag your notes or put something down so that way the next person is able to know. But as far as contracts go, I really don't think very many companies do contracts now. There used to be that 2-year agreement, but then you have all these other companies that are saying, hey, no no long-term, no 2-year agreement where it's just a month-to-month. And I think pretty much TV companies, cable companies, they're all just month-to-month subscriptions, not actual contracts. But it is a hassle to be on hold for 15 minutes, finally talk to somebody, the right person, instead of this goose hunt and trying to find the right person to help you. And then you call back the next day or next week, and the person you're talking to at that time has no idea what your issue is. You're absolutely right. There should be better notes taken for customer service.
It's horrible. And they want your PIN number. They want you to say who you are for the 5th time and your last 4 digits of whatever number as well. We talk about robocalls. You made me laugh several times ago when Steven calls. But what's the point of the do not call list?
I don't know. I get
they
those
still
phone
get
calls.
through.
Yeah, they do. I think it's a fake list now.
Yeah.
It's a conspiracy theory of mine. There is no list. There is no do not call list.
We've talked about restaurants all the time. When you order food, but it's not prepared the way you want it, because either the waitress hears it wrong or the chef likes it the way he does and thinks you should eat it the way he does.
Right. And that's something, whenever I order a medium steak, it's never medium. It's always well done. Every single time, no matter where I go. How would you like your burger? Medium? I get it. There's zero pink in it whatsoever. I like a little bit of pink in my steak and my hamburger, and every time I get it back, no matter what I say, there's no pink. It's always well done.
Do you tip on service or the cost of the food?
I both. I do believe in tipping, but I only give a good amount, like a good tip, if the service is really, really good. If she's constantly refilling drinks, checking on you, grabbing the extra sauce if I ask for it in a timely manner. Yeah, absolutely. If she's friendly or he's friendly, I do tip on the cost, but the service is what gives them that extra little oomph.
More of what teased me off. Entitled bartenders, just because you're behind the bar and you can shake drinks or bring somebody ginger ale or iced tea or a cocktail, doesn't make you the end all.
Yeah, it's the authority, it's that ego thing when you're a bartender. I think sometimes, not all of them, but there are some times where there is a bartender and he thinks or she thinks that he is the law. That's it.
This is an old one that goes back all the generations. When you make a call and the person answering says, let me check if he or she is there, and they already know if he or she is there.
Yes. Now, it's not even that person. It's sometimes the person that they're trying to get a hold of is like, hey, I'm not here. They had a bad day or something, and just hold my calls. Anybody who calls and looking for me, I'm not here. Just screen them.
Hecklers. Never liked hecklers.
Oh my gosh. They are the worst. At movies, at theaters, at comedy shows, concerts. Don't be the heckler. Don't be that guy. Please. You're ruining it for everybody. Everybody paid good money to show up and wants to have a good time. Don't be the jerk who's heckling the person on stage.
Right, or the whistles, or the humming. People that hum and drive me nuts.
Hummers?
Remember the yodelist?
Yeah.
Now it's the hummers now. How about this? When you're walking to get somewhere and the person in front of you does the Sunday stroll, hogging the lane, having no clue there's 2 or 3 people trying to get around him or her in front or behind. They're just walking in the lane as if nobody else is around.
Completely oblivious. People who are completely oblivious. There are other people around you. Be courteous. Step to the side or something. Be mindful that you're not the only person in existence at that moment.
There's nothing worse, too, when you go to a grocery store, department store, clothing store, and price tags are not properly displayed or shown. I'm sorry, because they can change. Now, I went to a store the other day, got some beef jerky. It said 98 cents because it said 98 cents in front of the beef jerky. The woman says you're exactly right, and you only have to pay for what the price tag says.
Yeah.
A lot of times these department stores, they get too lazy to change the price tags, or they know better, but they don't want to do it. And guess we get a break, but it's also an inconvenience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're thinking it's this cost, and that's what you're prepared for, and then all of a sudden now it's something completely different, way more expensive, and now you have to okay, well, I can't afford that, or let me go put it back or something like that. Yeah, accuracy. But I know when I was a kid, 6, 7, 8 years old, going around these department stores, pulling off tags. I was that kid. I was a jerk.
Absolutely. Do you find yourself more free when it's you and the kids as far as the shopping, or when your wife is around on vacation or out on assignment? Is there more responsibility for you? You don't want your kids to be the way you were, pulling off those price tags. Is it more responsibility as an adult to supervise?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're 100% right. Keep an eye. They love clothes racks, and they love to get in the clothes rack. And it's funny because you see their feet at the bottom of the clothes, and it's cute. But at the same time, you're like, guys, get out from the clothes rack. Stop running around. Stop hiding. I can't find you. Keeping an eye, making sure exactly what you said, that they're not being rambunctious kid that I was.
These bogus cable companies trying to plug their bogus sales for the bundle package, internet, cable, phone. When a lot of people are doing Fire Sticks and Hulu and Netflix, they have a lot of competition now.
No, it's crazy. And that's why they're trying to sell you on a package deal. Internet, cable, phone. I mean, not very many people have a landline anymore. Just businesses for the most part. It's a fascinating time what we're seeing, the way television is moving, because now you have, like you said, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all these, and the Fire Stick gives you access to all those. And it's interesting to see the transition that we're in right now for what television is going to be like in the future.
Yeah, it really is evolving. Great point. Last one, Joe Daniel. For those of us that like to fish, there's nothing worse than going fishing and then having tangled fishing lines.
I haven't been fishing since I was a kid, but you're right. Whenever your equipment doesn't work, or something like you said, tangled lines, rusty hooks, just everything is just falling apart on you. It's never good. I mean, fishing is supposed to be fun, relaxing, and then it's just you're adding on to the stress when stuff isn't working out the way it's supposed to.
For those that follow me on Twitter, at Greg Bick, or a friend of mine on Facebook, they saw that I caught a couple skates like stingrays. That's not exactly what I wanted to catch. Were stingrays. They're dangerous. All right, that's what teased me off. And a reminder, a lot of good things coming up, like the Kings Mill Championship. I want to thank our great guests, Wayne Nelly and Brenda Tusing. Also, the Norfolk Greek Festival coming up, as well as the Newport News Greek Festival. For Joe Daniel, I'm Greg Bickaveris. Reminder, at Greg Bick on Twitter. That's GREGBIC. We'll talk to you soon.
Mark your calendar for May 31st to June 3rd as Saints Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church in Newport News presents the Newport News Greek Festival. Enjoy authentic Greek food, desserts, beverages, music, dancing, arts and crafts, and much more. This is the signature cultural and food event on the peninsula. Located at 60 Traverse Road off exit 258B on Route 17 in Newport News. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org.
Opa! The Shop with Praise store has a copy of How Sweet the Sound, a hardbound collection of amazing stories from George Beverly Shea. Pull up a chair and feast on these grace-filled reflections from the renowned gospel singer as he shares warm memories of some of his most beloved hymns and gospel songs. Visit the website, thewordandpraise.org, and click on the discount shopping banner or call 488-1010 for more information about how to shop with praise.
Are you searching for a genuine connection with God and others? Then join Virginia Beach United Methodist this week for worship, life groups, holy yoga, or one of the many other activities we offer every week in a warm and friendly environment. We are located at 212 19th Street in Virginia Beach with modern services at 9:30 a.m. and traditional services at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. For more information, please visit our website at vbumc.org or call 757-428-7727.
If you're over 40 and concerned about any of the following, stay tuned for a special free bottle offer. Are you concerned about your joints and skin? Would you like to promote joint comfort and flexibility? What about fine lines and wrinkles? Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions, we want to send you a free bottle of the Ultimate HA Formula. The Ultimate HA secret is hyaluronic acid. HA works in your body like a molecule of youth, cushioning your joints and hydrating your skin. We guarantee once you try Ultimate HA, you're going to love it. So, cushion your joints and reduce fine lines and wrinkles with the Ultimate HA capsules from Purity Products. Get your free bottle today. Just pay for shipping and call right now. Dial 1-800-360-8715. That's 1-800-360-8715. 1-800-360-8715. One last time, 1-800-360-8715.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.